Hey, y'all. There's a lot going on, so maybe you didn't see it. But the Supreme Court ruling just came down to stop a California rule law that says that if a child, a minor child, is going through the process of gender transformation, no matter what part of it is, that the school and the school districts do not have to inform the parents. So the state has hopped in between the parents of a minor child and the child. Well, fortunately, that law was shut down by the Supreme Court decision by a tally of 6-3. What's amazing is that there are 3 Supreme Court justices that are perfectly okay with the state government making it okay for them to hide this sort of incredible, transformational, important information about a minor child from their parents. In what world does anybody think that this is a good thing? You know, you remember being in school and you had to take permission slips home, get your parents to sign? If you were going to the zoo, if you were going anywhere, if you were leaving campus to go anywhere, across the street, to an ice cream parlor, to having an ice cream social in the school, there were some schools that you had to have a permission slip signed by your parents. But these people are saying, well, if they're taking hormones and they're going through social transformation and teachers aren't calling them Jimmy, they're calling them Janice now, there's no reason for parents to know about that. What sort of demonic, satanic activity is that? Yes, maybe mom and dad had a son and don't want that son to think that he's a girl. And for whatever reason they want. It may be religious, it may be scientific, but this is their child. I start every school year, now that I'm not in the system anymore, I start every school year with a video reminding teachers that these are not your children. Now, when I was I was working in schools, yeah, we always use the phrase my kids, when we should be using the phrase my students, because these are not your children. They're not. These children are their parents and their parents' responsibility. So this idea that the state, the government, and the educational system can somehow hijack parental authority is ridiculous. And thankfully, that was shut down. But they're not going to stop. Because the goal is to separate children from their families. That's the goal. Because if you can do that, you can transform a society into whatever you want it to be. Because that's the goal. The goal is to separate children from the authority of their parents. Let's not Let's not get it twisted. Let's not get distracted. So whenever we have a chance to make sure that there is parental permission needed for whatever, we need to make sure that the parental rights are preserved at every turn. That parental rights are preserved at every turn. All right. We got to get out of here. We got to drive down these streets. Well, thank you so much. For more content like this, go to www.fightbackmedia.com, www.fightbackmedia.com. Until we see you again, go out there and learn something, love somebody, and for goodness sakes, y'all take care of yourself. We'll see you when we see you. Bye-bye now.